What's up, survivors? I'm NaturalBorn, and in today's video we're going to be doing a base tour of my main world. Now this is a video that you guys have asked for quite some time, pretty much since I put my 77 tips and tricks video up. So I decided that we're going to wait till day 210 so we can do a base tour and a horde night in the same video. Now we have a goal of 1000 subscribers on the channel. So if you're new to the channel and you enjoy the content, maybe consider hitting that red button. It's not only free, but a massive help to me. But anyways guys, let's get into this. Now, this map is the Navezgane map, and I built this entire base from the ground up. So this is the farm at Navezgane. If you've been here before, you would have noticed that there are cornfields pretty much as far as the eye can see. So we're going to start by looking at my main base area, and as you can see, I've used a combination of the wedge tips and poles with pillar 50, and as you might be able to tell here, these ones are made out of stainless steel, and I highly recommend do not do that in your world. That there is probably the biggest waste of time and resources that I've spent in this entire world. Now, this base functions not only as a main base, but as a horde base at the same time. As you can see, we've got spikes all around the outside. Not all of them have been made to steel yet, but even at iron, that's honestly all that you need. So, this base is symmetrical. It's pretty much the same design the whole way around. We've got a level here where we can shoot through the iron bars, and we've got spotlights to light up the area. Doesn't make much of a difference when you play with the gamma settings pumped up though. And as you can see, we've got ramps that lead up to a drawbridge. So we'll head into the base now and have a look at what's inside. So you can see here I've got the mini bike parked, ready to go, straight out the door. Got these catwalks that go around the base, so you can pretty much access any side at any time. Like I said, this is symmetrical the whole way around, so it's just the same design all the way around the base. Now I had to pop these in for support, just so the whole top didn't crumble. That's the last thing you want in your world. We've got a spare mini bike here with a gas pump. Should be loaded on gas, running a bit low. Now at the very top level, this is where I plant my farm. So at the moment I've been farming cotton, but you can pretty much farm any resource you want. So when I farm a resource, I usually just stick to that one resource until I have more than enough to keep me supplied for a while. I think there's roughly around 150 blocks here that can be planted on, and everything is fertilized. Also gives a very good view of the surrounding areas. You can see a bit of terrain glitching there. So if anyone's been on this map, you'll notice these big brown spots. These were actually small hills like that, and I've dug all of them out just to give myself a better view of the surrounding area. Now, anybody who's been watching my Let's Play will definitely notice this base. This base is actually what we built as the starter base in the Let's Play, but more of the beta version. This here is the alpha version, and in the Horde Night tonight, you'll be able to see it in action. And yeah, I'll tell you now, this base here is not resource friendly. Now that there is a failed experiment of mine, but we'll have a look at that soon. And as you can see over here, we've got a ginormous tree farm. I did initially have it bigger, but if you've planted a lot of trees in your world, and you'll notice that you get a lot of lag from it. So that we've got a wee straggler down here. See if we can pop them off. Ah, skimmed us here. We'll leave that to Horde Night. So as we go further into the base, we'll go now to the ground level. Now everything in this level is purely decorative. We've got some leather couches, Got a wee area where our fella can pretend to make some content. Got a workbench and a chem station. And over here we've got a small bar area where our guy can sit down by himself, pretend to watch TV, drink his sorrows away. And not only that, we've got a wee pokies area here. Small wee kitchen, nothing amazing. And you might notice these airlocks here. Now the reason that those are here would be just in case zombies did break through our outer wall, and we could sit here and we could gun them down as they were trying to pathfind their way through the vault door. But I'll take us outside quickly and we'll have a wee look out there. So yeah, as I mentioned, these poles here, the stainless steel, are the biggest waste of time. I can't remember, there you go, they boost the hit points up to 12,000, but yeah, it's honestly not worth it for the costs that you need to repair and build them. But yeah, so we have the same layout the whole way around, so no matter where any hordes come from, whether it's a wandering horde, whether it's Hordenight, we've got access to melee them all. We've got the black tinted windows in here, all for aesthetics. We've got ladders, so if we want, we can climb right up here, get a nice view of what's going on. We'll head back inside. We'll head down into the lower layers. Also got a wee arcade machine here. Now if we come down this room through here, this is where I keep my bed. We've got a land claim block up there for no reason at all, because they do nothing in PvE. These are purely for PvP. We've got the bed, storage for days. Anyone who did watch my tips and tricks video will know that I live by the way of the hoarder. So this one here should have a bunch of dukes, and this is the second one that I'm filling with dukes. If I didn't spend so much dukes in this game, I'd have more than these 6 wall safes filled up. So I buy a lot of crap from the trader. Down here, I've got all the different challenges in the world, all the different treasure maps, got multiple of them stacked up. Nothing in that one, and I think this one here should be one of every schematic in the game. I think we're only missing the herbal antibiotics recipe. I've definitely read it, but I don't know if you can find a spare one. I haven't actually been back to check. And this safe down here, this should have the rarest items in the game. So we've got diamonds, gold, silver, and of course, the Mega Crush. I think this one just has workbenches, etc. just for when I'm making new builds or need something extra. And one of the goals that I gave myself in this world, just to keep myself entertained in the long run, was to collect not only one of every single item, but have every single item at its highest quality. So up here I've got clothing pieces that I've been working on. This one here should have all the black clothes. So we've got to keep our guy kitted out like a ninja. Now this one here, this gun safe, has some of the rarer items in the game. So we've got machetes, we've got hazmat suit, we've got the heavy bandit chest armor, we've got all the military armor, we've got night vision goggles, the SWAT helmet, and military fiber. Now this one here, I was working on trying to get a max quality of every single gun in the game. So as you can see, I've worked through all of these ones, and all I've got left is the sniper rifles, the AKs, the rocket launcher, and the SMG. Now I definitely know I'm not going to fill these rows with those, but it's just something small to help keep you entertained in the game. And this one over here is different tools and weapons. So we've got max quality of pretty much every tool in the game. Just got to get an extra auger, chainsaw, and nail gun in here. And this one up here should be all the different sets of armor. So we've got plant fiber, cloth, animal hide, leather, scrap iron, iron. This is where the bandit armor will go, and this is where the military armor will go. Now these boxes here, this is where I dump all the crap that I want to sell to traders. So first we've got schematics. Now late game, I don't really recommend selling these because you're going to get, 400 dukes max. But something that you can use them for is you can scrap them, get yourself a little bit of paper. So these are just drop chests. So if I come into my base, I can just dump stuff in there and then sort it out throughout the night. Now I'll dump this paper quickly. So this is where all my paper and feathers go. This one here is everything that's needed for the workbench. Anything that you need to craft in the workbench should all be located in here. This is everything that I need for all of my bullets and ammo in the world. Got a couple of mines down here that will never get used. I believe we've got wrenches and hammers up here. Flashlights up there. Now, I don't want to spend too much time in all of these chests, but I'll spend enough time that you guys can pause it if you need to have a proper look. Now, in here, this is where I've got all my chainsaw parts, auger parts, and nail gun parts. Keep all of my gasoline in here. And all my mini bike parts up here. Now, I believe this one is where I'll dump clothes that I find, and then just combine them together to get that max quality. Got all the football helmets down here. This one up here is where I keep all of the ammo, all of the arrows, all of the random gun parts, and all of the guns that I'm working on making at the moment. Around this side, we've got all our basic resources here. This should be all of the cooking ingredients. So raw foods, meats, berries, all of that good stuff. Now down here's all the food. Now, like I said, with the way of the hoarder, because I've got so much food in this game, I've just collected pretty much every food, trying to get a max stack of each. So you can see here that we've definitely got a lot of food. A lot of meat stew too. So we'll munch one of those down now. Down here's where I keep all of the beverages. Water, beer, coffee, goldenrod tea, all of that good stuff. Up here is medical supplies for crafting. Medical supplies. And last but not least, all the sham sandwiches that'll one day be turned into antibiotics. Up here is a bunch of rotten flesh, bones, animal fat. Now these are all great things to sell. 8,000 dukes for a stack of animal fat, or you can cook it into tallow for an extra 1,600 dukes. All of these bones can be combined with all of this murky water to make a crap ton of glue. Got a bunch of extra fertilizer up there. 40,000 dukes for 167 fertilizer. I believe in this one's where I keep all my oil shale. So pretty much unlimited stacks of gas. Just these 3 stacks here is about 150 gas. 150,000 gas, sorry. Keep all of my seeds in this one for farming. Over here we've got a few cement mixers. All 3 of these we're pretty much going 24/7 throughout the entire construction of this base. Got all the smeltable goods in here. Bunch of concrete mix in there. Iron, cobblestone. Got stuff for repairs on the horde base. And down here is just a bunch of spare blocks that I've built. And this one is all the blocks that I've brought from traders. I believe in here we have a bunch of cloth, animal hide, leather, and cotton. Now this room through here, this is where I do my infinite water source. So I can just come in here, grab a bucket, grab some empty jars, turn the valve on, pop the water down, she's all good to go. Now I'll take you down here quickly. This is where I've got my mine. Now obviously we're not going to travel through the mine because that's just going to take up most of the day. It's not going to be very entertaining. But this mine is made down at bedrock. So this one here goes all the way to the snow biome, so I can go dig for lead. This one's through the forest. And then this one goes through the burnt forest all the way through to the desert where you get all the goodies. I've got my mini bike down here, so I can just jump on that mini bike and ride over there. This one's filled up with gas and an auger and some repair kits. And that way we can go collect all the goodies from the desert. Back up the ladder and we're going to go across to the Horde base. So I've built these tunnels. Now this one's quite slim here. This was one of the first tunnels that were built, because when I first built this base, I dug out this bunker room, was the first part that I built, and then I pretty much just extended up off it. And I dug a single tunnel that went through to the Horde base. So we'll go over here. Now this Horde base is pretty much like a forge base. If you look in here, we have an extreme overkill of forges, about 32 forges in total. And yeah, if you flick all of these on, you're going to have screamers rolling in every 30 seconds. Now we've got this design through here to repair the spikes, and I'm going to be honest, I've never used it. Thought it would be good for accessing corpses, but yeah, I'm telling you now, it's extremely hard to get a hold of the corpses through there. So we'll go up here into the heart of the Horde base, and yeah, you can pretty much see we've got 4 layers of spikes, a crap ton of wood spikes, and then barbed wire around the outside. Now when Hordenight starts and they all run in, they finally break their way through everything. It's mainly ferals. Ferals are pretty much one of the only things that make it this far into the base. Then I can melee them, and then I can loot them at the same time. And then dump all my loot into either one of these wall safes. Alright, I actually thought there would have been loot in there, but looks like I did clean it all up after my last Hordenight, which is good. Then up to the top, this is where I spend most of my time on a Hordenight, as I'll sit up here with my sniper rifle, and say if they're coming in from this direction, and we can just pop them off as they come, and try to get as many bodies as possible, so we get as much loot as possible. But yeah, these big brown patches here, like I said, if anyone's built in this area in Navezgane, then you'll definitely understand that there were big ass hills like that there. And yeah, I dug them all out by hand. Most of it with a shovel, most of it with an auger. Now from up here, we can see this area over here, nice and clean. Now this was my first attempt at making a pitfall base. And I'll tell you now, it was a failure. I tried multiple things to try get them to path into it, but it wouldn't work. I'll try and insert a wee clip here of Hordenight that I spent down there trying to get them in. And yeah, you'll be able to see them running around like a bunch of idiots. So yeah, that took me an extremely long time to dig out, but we'll head over there now and we'll have a look. So I've built these big tunnels that pretty much link all these bases together. You'll notice here that I've got pillars on their sides, pretty much to resemble pipes. Now the reason that these are here, as you can see if we come through here, that's back to the main base. So when these poles are on your left, you know that you've left the main base, and if they're on the right, you know you're on the right way home. We're going to head through here. And into the pitfall base. So I tried to do a bit of decorating in here. I wasn't necessarily finished with this build, but this is what I managed to get done. Got a kitchen area here. Wee seating area, have a munch, watch some TV. Wee kitchen there. Started building these planters. There was supposed to be one on this side, but never got that finished. And this little room here never got finished either. It's going to dig off with a bathroom, bedroom, and maybe something else. So we've got iron grates here. This is one of the things that I tried pretty much to get them to come in. Is I could stand up here with food on my character, run around, and if you do run around in circles, it does eventually kite them in, but yeah, it's more hassle than it's worth. Originally, these blocks here weren't there. Now, I'd put those there to see if that helped them path in. I tried spikes, pyramids, wedge tips, everything on the sides of these blocks, ladders, and yeah, nothing worked. So, if anyone's got any tips for me about how to get a successful pit base set up, then definitely let me know. So, we've got an elevator here, so we're just going to go down to the heart of this horde base. And I dug out this entire room, made it all out of steel, and the whole goal was that they were going to fall down, whack them over the head, and dump all the loot in any of these gun safes. But unfortunately for me, it didn't work out that way. I was digging another room off here, but I never managed to get that one finished. Wanted to have a drawbridge on the ground that opened up with a staircase going down, where I could have forges pretty much under this area. But yeah, I never got that finished. Got another elevator. This one takes you up all the way to the other horde base. So just run through this door. Then boom, straight back up that ladder. Takes us back to the main horde base. And that's pretty much the grunt of my entire world. So I've spent well over 300 hours in this world, and a lot of that, especially those first 50 hours, was me learning the game. Now I've explored pretty much every single inch of this map, so a lot of my time was spent exploring, looting, just enjoying the game pretty much. You can see this wee hatch down here. That leads down into those tunnel systems as well, just for an easy entry point. And yeah, like I said, we've got this tree farm here. This guy's still standing over there. That didn't even phase him. What a beast. There we go. Problem sorted. Well, this fella up there. All these zombies down there. But yeah, there's not really much else I've built in the world. I spent my first 50 days at a passing gas, and I had a small horde base there, but nothing too spectacular. And I farmed up enough resources there to come over here, dig out that bunker base. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much my main world. So what we're going to do is I'm going to let the day play out, and the next time I'm back, it'll be Hordenight. Something that I forgot to mention before is our player stats. Now we're max level at level 200, we've got max wellness at 250, we've killed just over 7,500 zombies in this world, we've died twice, we've travelled just over 1,500 kilometres, we've crafted just under 120,000 items, and our longest life is 205 hours. Now, anybody who's watched my Let's Play series will find that quite ironic, because in that series, I've spent about 10 hours in the world, and I have 2 deaths there as well. I think I got my first death in this world around day 50, and that was my first encounter with landmines. And my second death would have been somewhere around day 190. It was on a horde night, and I got a little bit of lag when I had a cop right up in my face, and that split second was the difference between life and death, because he managed to explode, and that one hit me. what else have we got? So with the map, now, one of the things I was trying to do in this world was explore every single inch of the map. Now, there are places that I haven't travelled to yet, but I've actually been there in different saves. Like down here in the wasteland, I do know every single POI that is down there. I just haven't made my way down there in this world. And same within the desert. I've explored a good amount of that, but yeah, one of my goals was to have the entire map uncovered. Another thing that we have is skills. I've just about got every skill maxed out in the game, apart from a few levels here and there. And breaking and entering, of course, because I refuse to put any points into this. If you're anything like me and you use melee horde bases, then you'll spend 50% of your time hitting your own base. So that is the last thing you want. But apart from that, it's mostly armor skills and a few gun skills here and there. I also have 108 skill points available, but I don't really plan on using them for any of these skills. And if you're wondering how I got that many skill points, then they're all from challenges. So when you complete challenges in this world, certain challenges will have a time frame on them, such as this one right here. So you've got your optional time to kill this many zombies, and you'll get an extra skill point for achieving that. You can see here, I haven't got the optional time, so we didn't receive the bonus skill point. You can take as much time as you want to complete these kills, and you'll still get that one skill point. Now there are certain challenges that give more skill points than others, but off the top of my head, I'm not too sure what ones they are. Here you go, Silence of the Lambs. Kill 3 screamers in the time given, insane difficulty, and you'll get the extra skill points for that. Same with this one. Nope, not this one here. Now, I do think I have completed one of these screamer ones somewhere. Might be this one. Yeah, there we go. So you get 3 points for completing that, and that's one of the things that this horde base here is great for, because it technically works like a forge base. So you can crank up all your forges, and you've got a nice view all around here of where any screamers will come from. But yeah guys, we're just chilling up here, waiting for our Hordenight to begin.